Howdy, big beefy burger body here with an episode of Binding Magic Pens Plus. I'm actually recording this time. Thank you, OBS, for actually working. I don't know if my, my other file is just, really trying to make me, crash out or something. But it really just keeps giving me, 4 active rooms at least out of my item rooms, and I'm just like, man, could I get, less of those? So maybe this file is just I'm convinced there's a conspiracy that where if you have enough wins on a certain file in a row, they just decide to make the runs worse and worse. Because I usually am oh dude, every run is basically easy. But I feel like it's been a while since I've specifically on that file just walked into the blue baby fight and then walked into the chest within 5 frames of walking into it. Maybe that's just the game being balanced. Maybe there is actually something in the game that is oh, for every part of the streak you literally just have 10% more health on blue baby, or 1% more health. It would make sense. Bad trips on not great to get right after getting the heal. But I'm optimistic. Well, because I would say, at least for the most part, I'm pretty consistent at this game, and I do find it a lot of fun. Those are 2 really good items I don't think I'll be able to afford in this floor, unless I get really lucky on a secret room, maybe. We get a lot of money. I think I'd rather take Birthright than the first item, but I kind of want both. These are that's the caliber of item I've been getting recently, and I'm not really excited about it. Could get 25 cents. Quarter shows up in the gold chest, right? Do I want Rosary over Azazel? I don't really like the Azazel thing there. Could find the secret room if I'm gonna make a guess. It's right here. I'm gonna get that quarter right there. I'm not gonna try to bomb for another secret room. I'd rather have the bomb, honestly. So, no Birthright. I mean, if I get hit, whatever. I'm not gonna lose anything out of it, and my egg will hatch and probably help me beat this boss a little faster. You know, there's a reason for it. But I'm really on the thought process of why this game is difficult. I've been saying for a while I kind of want to make it just a general idea, what you should be doing in Isaac. Just because a lot of new players I still see are constantly moving around. You can stand in a straight line and shoot guys. That's actually pretty good. Just growth hormones, probably the best syringe in the game. And we don't lose anything for this. Might as well do this. For some reason I have Angel Deal Chance, and the reason I have Angel Deal Chance totally makes sense. I've got a Rosary, so I should just have it. Now I have to not get hit, which is a little easier said than done. But, you know, it is Burning Caves. And I do have a damage up, so I can one-shot a lot of the enemies I normally wouldn't be able to, but it's still, I could, use 1 soul heart, maybe. Lockdown is, unfortunately not what I want. But there's a lot of little things that, I guess new players just, you know, the game... I've had the time to learn the game as it updates. So if you buy just Repentance and then immediately jump in, honestly, it is kind of overwhelming, especially because you don't know what anything does. And I was literally I played Calamity right on stream for 2 days. And I didn't really like it, but I also was getting Terraria modding I was getting the same things that happen where it's just like there's just like so many new items, and a lot of them are like trash fodder. But then also, like everything was like completely different than it's normally supposed to be, and that was causing me a lot of problems. Like it took me till a very long time to realize that like a lot of the items were just nerfed. I'm glad I didn't lose like charges on my thing there, by the way. And Isaac kind of has like that. There's a lot of learning that comes into it. So from enemies to items to room layouts to bosses to little mechanics like, you know, deals, like sacrifice rooms, arcades, beggars, like all of this stuff has like so many. There's a lot of. It's a very complicated game. I wouldn't call it a wiki game. I think a lot of it. I'm so shocked to think like a lot of people when they play this game to start are like my friend included is pretty. I know a couple people actually are IRL that just do not vibe with this game simply because you have to beat like the first fuck, not the first fuck, you know, first couple of bosses like pretty like a lot, especially like Mom's Heart. You have to beat it 10 times to unlock something, but you also can like still make progress towards going to the alt floors if you get your deals on those final floors. That's like probably not the best one to have gotten. I mean, whatever, at this point we'll take it. It is good to get the tiers up. But how I'm going to look at it now is like maybe in hindsight you're like maybe you're just not vibing with the game because you're new to the game and there's a lot of learning or like complicated things or like things are just difficult, so maybe you're just not enjoying the game. But I think I've like come around to like from thinking like, yeah, it is kind of annoying, I understand why people can like just don't enjoy that aspect of this game, to going like all the way around to thinking like on a new file basis that it's actually like really smart of the game to piece out some of its like content, because it gives you more time to like learn specific aspects of the game. Like I feel like it's common knowledge now, but I feel like especially when you're new, you obviously don't know what a tinted rock is, and that you should be probably trying to look for them. So like over time, hey, I've encountered this particular enemy. I feel like a lot of people like just kind of get hit by those things early when they're learning the game. But it gives you more time to learn what enemies do and like what maybe some of the like lower items do. Because I'm like somebody now, especially now with like how a lot of these balance changes have basically made almost the entire roster of items either like super useful or like way better than they used to be. Like here's a good example of like an item I normally like overlook, and this is like the mentality I like to try to go for when I'm going for certain items. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Is if I think an item is bad, I'm probably not using it correctly. And a good example of that, Subtorium. I've gone on about saying that like Blood Rights is good. The Razor Blade's pretty decent now, especially with the buff to it. And a lot of the other items that just like sack red hearts for whatever benefit that you would get, because you know red hearts are a currency to me. You can use them for a lot of different things. I'm honestly gonna take the greed. Actually, I think Rosary might just be better because we can guarantee our angel deals, which I mean, guaranteeing our shot to not have greed in it, I could get some money I might need. But there's it's a lot of just like small little things like that that make this game better. Like, oh, hey, if you're like, if you think these items are bad, just try to use them better. Like, I've always thought like Brother Bobby is a good item. Even in Flash, I even thought in Flash, Brother Bobby is a good item. I would take deals to get Brother Bobby. I feel like that's a valuable trade. especially because there was no health cap previously in the game, and soul hearts were just like given out like candy, so it makes sense why that would be the case. But you understand that. Gold bombs is pretty good. So Subtorium is another item that, you know, fits the niche of. Oh, he died unfortunately. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this and get that Bible out of my pool. So my current run on my file, I haven't actually beaten it yet, because I was like, yeah, I should probably record instead of just doing like a warm-up run. I did half of like a 10-minute run as like a warm-up. Yes, I warm up for Isaac sometimes. I'm gonna try to not hit those mushrooms with the chain, by the way, to take damage. And I'm like, you know what? Part of the reason I just didn't like Subtorium before is, well, because the character that starts with it also happens to start with an extremely low rate of fire, which really, like, puts a really sour taste to that item in my mouth. I should not be doing that. So I didn't like it before, but now I'm like, I'm okay with having like 1 to 2. So I don't like just like spamming it, if that makes sense. Like 1 to 2, it gives me a little bit of an extra damage bonus. It helps out for some of the rooms. So I do like it now. I think it's like it fits that exact sort of sacrifice some HP for the benefit of a little familiar that helps you do a little bit of extra damage and can honestly block a shot, which is nice. Now I would like... Oh, I got a horse pill here. Rain chop! Ace of Hearts. I would like something else. I think I'm just gonna like take this, like whatever. I'd like a blood donation machine this for, maybe to like gulp some trinkets or whatever. Like that, even that, like trinkets. Oh, that's another thing you gotta learn in Isaac. But also, I think having bad items in general, quote unquote bad items, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say that monstrous, like, tooth is good. Even though they got buffed, and I haven't had a run that actually has it yet since the buff, I'm pretty sure. If I'm remembering, that item got buffed. It's kind of a forgettable item, all things considered. But no run is gonna make you learn how to play the game better, like fighting enemies wise, than a run that doesn't have like any value. And they're not as frequent. I have said before on my streak, my like big like 180 streak, that like, yeah, it's really like rare to get like a bad run now. I have said that. Since then, that streak has like tripled. So the frequency at which you get bad runs, it has increased. I would still say, on the whole streak, I think I've had 2 like proper like train wreck no increases to my stats runs, and like just a ton of HP. But yeah, if you get like a run that's difficult, I think the easiest way to make sure you don't lose, or like, is to just learn what enemies do. And it's, uh-oh. You know, blow my guy, no. I was hoping you'd swallow this trinket, by the way. Okay, well, that's literally all I'm trying to do, man. Okay, and I actually don't know what my health is now, because, hey, we got a curse there. But yeah, you have to lock in on some of these, like, super hard runs. And, they're not as frequent anymore, because, again, a lot of items have been, like, either buffed. So since a lot of items have gotten buffed, I've always heard the argument that this game sucks because you have to unlock the good items, and I think there are good items to unlock, but you don't need, like, you don't need to unlock C-section to have a good run right now. I have Samson's Chain. That item used to be awful. I am now of the opinion it is a fantastic tier blocker. It isn't great for that, though. It's kind of annoying. I just kind of didn't care that that those are there. Because I don't know. I feel like I have a lot more health than I'm letting on. I actually will pay the money on this little beggar here. You gave me dog food, so I have some extra HP if I need it. Like, this room kind of sucks just because of the item. Like, I like Samson's chain, but fart mushrooms, annoying. If that has anything to do right there, show you that basically unavoidable just because it doesn't spawn directly behind you. Which is not normally why Samson's chain was hated. I think it was hated because it hindered your movement a lot more than it does now. Like, you would actually get, like, stopped for a second. And that was pretty bad about it. But, yeah, I think just learning the game by knowing, what items are you good. This game is very, like, efficiency, adaption, and like skill dependent. And if you can adapt to the situations this game gives you, that's why it's so fun to me. It's like, why is this game fun to streak for me? Like, why is it fun over every other game? Like, Balatro is not fun to streak for me. Like, there's no other game that like endlessly like trying to have a win rate is like enjoyable for me, which I know I've just like repeated for 3 times, but you know. And it is just because when you run in, you don't know what you're gonna get. It's the variety, it's the adaptation, it's what it's like. Hey, can I be efficient with the tools that were given to me? I don't know, but I'll certainly try. Let's go for it. I mean, I get the option to cycle some items. This could be very valuable here in a minute. So it really just comes down to that. And I just like the default attack. I think tiers are fun to use. Which I know a lot of people, and by a lot of people I know, again, 2 people that I know personally that just hate the default attack. It feels like a pea shooter, but I don't know. I'm way more familiar with how. I guess I'm just accurate with it. I guess like one of them doesn't do this, and I know another one does. But just like having confidence that you're gonna hit things instead of like needing to over dodge enemies, like you're gonna hit things. So when you learn how to use the attack properly, it's a lot more fun to use. Like, things are not fun to play when you don't know how to play them. So if you put more time into learning it, they end up being more fun. But then also, here's the downside. This game is a fucking time vampire. So I understand why you might not want to be somebody that puts like 2,000 hours into a game like this. So it makes sense. Also, again, game's aesthetic, pretty like awful. I keep getting hit by these losers. Also, no angel deal on that last floor either. And I'm just paying you money, I guess. A box. I really like one of those. I always forget that is buffed now, and I don't have to use it immediately when I see it. But also, I probably wasn't going to use it otherwise. Let's go for keeping Rosary on this floor, and then probably switch to the clock hand when I have the chance. That's a decent item. I think it's okay. It's going to be good for large clusters of enemies. Now, I will say, like, if there's one aspect in Isaac I really truly do not like, and that is, again, I ragged on about it, it would be the boss rush timer. For all of the little changes that make getting to boss rush less and less possible. But you've definitely heard me rag on about that before. I'm not here to rag on it. I'm here to say, hey, hey Tyrone, can we like buff the timer? Or like reduce the time requirement? Because I'm min-maxing stuff right now just to try to get like a little extra help. Which realistically I shouldn't be doing. if I want to be fast. But I feel like even with my only goal on each floor to be find the correct room, like the item room and the boss room, and those be it. Going the wrong way, it was so many of my older runs were just literally guess a direction and somehow managed to be like correct every time. And you know, speedrunning in this game, it's very much not up to you whether or not you are fast enough. It's you're 100% your items, which is I think the only aspect of this entire game that is not like skill expression, adaptation, knowledge of the game sort of dependent. It is just, hey, did I get stuff so I could actually like kill things faster? The answer may surprise you. I am actually gonna blow this thing up just to get the extra soul heart. And you know what? I don't even care about that last penny right there. I will say this brain eyeball, like, well, not an eyeball. There's like there's no eyeball related to this. What an unfortunate hit to take, by the way, bouncing up to me. I was about to Samson chain this room up. Let's try to get this deal. Okay, it's like Loki, one of the easiest enemies in the entire time. Finally, that thing died, by the way. My little meat guy is going crazy. But yeah, I think the game is just fun. Learning it, that counts. Okay, didn't know about that synergy. Is if your teammate dies, like your little charmed familiars, that triggers contagion. That could be good, actually, and in fact it was, because it actually did a decent amount of damage to this boss that I'm currently shooting quite often. I'm gonna do the angel deal first. Obviously, I feel like we did swallow our trinket finally, which is nice. Let's fight both these bosses. This is gonna be that min-max sort of situation. Honestly, fighting both at the same time. I didn't want to grab this, you fucking stupid game. Oh, thanks for speeding me up, item. Okay, thanks. Oh, I had my angel deal lowered. It's still plus. Hey, can you stop? Can you hit each other? Is that possible? I don't think I like astral projection for speeding me up in a situation where I want to speed up, because there's about 3 times I haven't wanted to do that. So I don't know if I'll ever pick this thing up again. Because imagine if I could just Isaac's funny this room. Just like hit me. You're almost like dragged me into another fucking item. Like, holy shit. We're gonna crash out in this room? And I know what item is to blame. It's my scapegoat this run. Oh, on the plus side, and it didn't even spawn another one. Alright, fair enough. And it was all for, you know, the book is fine. We'll take this. It's probably better than the pill setup I have right now. Would I have the range or shot speed? I think I want like range. Seems like a better stat. So we didn't make boss rush because we took so long doing other things that I can't really even go to boss rush if I wanted. So we're gonna go ahead and ignore that. I'm just going back to go grab the clock hand. Maybe go into that secret room. Actually, I haven't done that either. Yeah, that room kind of sucked, and it really sucked because I picked up the other item I didn't want to pick up quite yet. We do get some money here, which is like good. Maybe blowing up my donation machine wasn't that good. Okay, well we're speeding up again. Yeah, I really not a fan of this item. I am a fan of a decent amount of the money I have right now. In fact, do I even want this money? That's on the ground here. I think I do. Will it be useful? I don't know. We'll have to see in the future here when I get the opportunity to use it, maybe in their next shop. Actually, our next shop it has potential to be good. I walked into that because I looked at my other monitor. It's okay. It's okay. Don't even worry about it. It's the other monitor diff. I just wanted to make sure I was like, I didn't like mute my mic by accident again. There's some luck. Some luck in range, plus the soul heart. That's not bad. I'm like happy to see like even like basically any pedestal item out of a chest. And I don't know if again this is just like experience mentality, but it's just like, I mean, I actually, yeah, this is true that it used to be the case. I'd be like, oh wow, I got a pedestal item, but oh, it was fucking mom's lipstick. Wow, great, so happy. It's just like ungrateful. Could have been brimstone in there. But you don't need, you don't just need brimstone in every run, you know? I feel like for a lot of Isaac players nowadays that have like a lot of experience in the game, some of the higher quality items are actually just like boring. I know for a fact that a lot of people don't like, a lot of people would say Epic Fetus is probably one of the best items in the game, and is also probably the most boring item in the entire game. So I feel like that sentiment is there. And Brimstone is kind of there for me. I have mentioned before that like I like to use Brimstone as kind of a scapegoat in some of my runs. Because, yeah, it is kind of just boring. You do just shoot at guys. It's obviously a good item. But, I mean, I've just used it too much. I think is the case. I feel like that's, like, an opinion that people are going to be really mad about. That being said, I still find, like, C-section fun, but that's probably just because it's new. And I also still, I've come back around on liking like Tech 10. Just because, you know, you just... Lasers are fun. I mean, that kind of helps. But, there's just a lot of good items in this game that, like, they really just are overpowered. And so it's glad that some of them got taken down a peg to actually make them a little more interesting. That's basically the opinion I share there. That's a lot of soul hearts that I don't need anymore. Is the hitbox on these guys just like fucked recently? I feel like I get hit by them more often than like any other enemy recently, and I don't know why. Like I swear I'm out of the range, but I'm probably just like they feel like they're misaligned the same way that like bloats used to be. But that could just be me. But I swear, the hitboxes are not that big. Charged Baby is okay. I will buy a bomb, because it's not like there's anything else I can really buy with those. And then we're going to go ahead and just go to the next floor. Another soul heart. We're kind of crazy on soul hearts right now. We really don't need any. So... that being on a run, like to say like, hey, the run's not that bad. I do need to like point out the fact that even with the item we currently have that is supposed to make items more like just like better in general, we still have like 5.5 damage, 3.5 like 5.9 tier rate, and I don't think really any items other than maybe Samson's ball and chain that helped me kill enemies quickly. And even then, Samson's ball is like kind of a hard item. It's much more a defense item than it is attack. So these fights are going to take longer. Maybe I should use like a pheromones on this so I can maybe get through it a little faster. And I think it's just because our angel deals. Like, hey, this orb is good, but I need more items to be able to get it. The earlier you get it, it's unfortunately one of the few items in this entire game that's like the earlier you get it, the better. Because you're just missing out on value if you don't get it like that. Because it's like, oh, well, you got deeper pockets. You could still get use out of it on the womb floor. It's like, I'm not going to get that much on the womb. I'm going to maybe get one boss item, and that could be, like, literally all I see. So it's going to be... this is one of those runs I'm saying exactly. Like, my dodging's probably going to have to be on point. We do luckily have, like, a really good speed stat right now. So that is gonna make this run a lot, just a lot better in general. But yeah, our items are not the best. They're just mostly utility, and we don't have a big use for that right now. Because we do have a lot of defense things. We did get, unfortunately, a handful of nonsense items. I actually want to try to get like these guys to group up and maybe kill this like little worm guy at the back. There you go. I was hoping Contagion would help me kill these guys faster. That is a sign of how our overall damage is not that great, because again we don't really have like a familiar or anything else that helps us do damage other than our tears. Because we can activate something, get that trigger on, and then kill everything, but killing the first thing, it tends to be a little more difficult, it seems. But this is definitely a has to play the game kind of run. Which is why I didn't make boss rush, because I couldn't just walk in a room, blink, everything dies, walk into a room, do my little magician tricks and kill them all again as well. Those moved so slow that I thought it was in like easy mode for a second, like I forgot to select hard difficulty. Not the case. I am having a good time. On the note of just like a lot of defense, not too much offense. Like we have basically a full health bar. And we do have Clock Hand with Contagion, which actually is going to help us. That has effect now, like a sound effect. A little zap. I do like that. This is going to help us defeat enemies. Because the poison's going to last a little longer. Pretty sure this room has grubs, yep. Let's just hope our angel deal is like, we actually get it this floor. Because this is like our last opportunity to get something like that. Like, next floor is about to be like, well, we might get one item that floor. I could check for like the secret rooms, but also, I don't know, do I want it? I'm shocked that didn't hit me, honestly. Rare you see this boss fight for this long. At least like the first section of it. Oh, you still got Contagion though. Oh, that makes the boss fight, last part of this a little easier. We did get our angel deal, we did get a damage up, that gives us spun. So all of a sudden our stats are like really good, and that's another really good item. So just like that, we basically doubled our damage output, plus the fact that we now have another way to output damage, which is our random little tier effects might actually shoot out. So you got a whole like hope you get something good. We managed to get something good. We can even fight Mega Satan now if we really wanted to. If I really wanted to luck down, I could use it as well. So just like that, literally, yeah, our like damage is like doubled. It's really good. I'm shocked I didn't get hit there, honestly. So this is probably going to just speed up a lot more. And we have flight now. Flight's really good. Dice shard's probably better than everything else I have here. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that for. I don't know. Maybe what do we keep that for? I'm pretty sure there's a hole on the side of this. So yeah, I can't really go into that room without being funny. Could just go in here and get this free moon. Oh, I don't want that. To be honest, I don't know what value I could get out of a single not great chest. You know, on the topic of floors just taking longer than they used to, we've doubled the amount of cards in the game, so you see less Emperor cards. So that makes the game a little it makes the runs take a little longer. I feel like on average my like run length has increased by 10 since Afterbirth Plus, or like Repentance, you know. My Afterbirth Plus runs, they didn't last nearly as long. These ones though they've gotten longer over time. Maybe keeping the card just so I can use it on this boss fight was a good idea, but I didn't end up doing it. Maybe I get the angel deal here and I can dice shard something that ends up not being that useful to me. But it doesn't really matter. I think we got the stuff we need to win the run. In fact, I'm realizing, just because I'm neglecting using it, like I could just make this fight really easy. I unfortunately like ran into a shot to try to prove the point, but you know I can just use like Samson's chain here, and it will most likely block most of those attacks. So a lot of these are all really fun. I'm gonna go with Trisagon. It was a hard choice between Trisagon and like, you know, just doubling my damage output. But I do like that Pierce. And this is essentially Pierce, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for that. You know what? In fact, I'll literally do this one. Not a big deal. I'm excited to see what our gold chests are gonna have on the next floor, just because we have the funny orb plus dice shard, so we can. I don't remember what Sacred Orb's called, but you know I just called it by its name, so maybe I do actually remember what Sacred Orb is called. I'm just having a good run. It feels like, I think one of the most satisfying things in Isaac, which this is never an experience you have if you play like reroll heavy or like restart heavy strats, which again I think are good strats, but they're not really fun for me, so I just don't do them. Unless I'm playing two characters in particular, I'm thinking about. But like holding off on a run that might not be like super good until you finally get that one boost that like takes it over the edge. One of the best feelings in this entire game. Like damage wise, this run has not really kicked off until literally that womb floor. Did we have a lot of good items? I think so. But it's not like, you know, I'm not killing. Those boss fights were like proper fights, and you usually don't have that in this game. What? I didn't know slip rib makes a little sound when you reflect a shot. I like that. Cheers to the audio update, by the way. I like a lot of the little sound effects that the enemies do. I don't really like the ones that the like Larry Jr. does. It just sounds a little bit crushed to me, and I don't really enjoy the sound of that, even though this game literally is a pixel game, so it makes sense why it'd be like that. But like most of the other audio isn't like that. But it's not like it makes that big a difference. Emperor card obviously is like really good, but it's not a dice shard. Like one room before I have to end up using my dice shard to hopefully get something like really funny. I could just leave. Let's just do that. Wait. I just like the little audio. I'm like a stupid like audio stim person, so like it makes sense why I'd enjoy something like that. My hit sound is literally music. It's the my hit sound in TF2 hits music or femur crusher, or a audio file of one of my friends screaming, which I don't know, man. I just need those stims. So now when I'm gonna hear like the little slip rib bounce, I try to actually get the slip rib to do the thing. That's a situation where I think the astral projection is probably pretty good. Is just like basically skipping an entire phase of that fight. I'm still mad at it for making me pick up an item that I ultimately ended up thinking was a good choice. So there's Tech X, as I mentioned earlier. And that might make Tech X funny, or it might... I think it just cancels it. Oh. We got something fun? And it keeps going? Dude. How about we just fight Mega Satan? We got 3 of luck. Maybe we just have like a fun time here. The bleed is actually gonna go crazy. Why is the bleed gonna go crazy? Because it's the stat, and the clock hand should extend the duration of the bleed. If items are gonna work as the way I would expect them to work, then that makes sense. But this also, wow, you perfectly CC'd me. I guess I should have walked towards him instead. But that was some good teamwork right there. If they're gonna work as I would expect a status effect extending effect to work, it would it makes sense. But I don't know. Sometimes sometimes you have. I guess I'm just gonna make a TF2 reference here. Sometimes you have the enforcer, not the enforcer. Thompson, I think is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. And you shoot somebody using the Kritzkrieg, and it doesn't lower the lower the duration. So yeah, maybe it doesn't work. It looks like it works just because of how long some of these enemies are being bled for. I don't know. Let's go fight Mega Satan. We don't really need to. Let's fight Mega Satan the most backwards ass way you've ever seen a Mega Satan fight happen. I'm not shooting up one time. How often do you get to see something like this where it goes off screen and it's hitting the boss? And the answer is you don't even get to see it. I will shoot like at these guys, like directly, but I'm not shooting one shot directly at Mega Satan unless I like my brain for some reason makes a mistake. But I'm committed to this like not shoot at the boss kind of strat. You gotta get that predictive aim. This is actually like a harder section to like dodge for, I think, if you're not like standing right at the top. I can't say I've ever used whatever it's called. Shoot through the wall strats on this fight before. Obviously, it seems pretty good. I mean, maybe not obviously, but you know, it's easier to dodge stuff when you're far away from it. Like, I never even have to go close to you to be able to like effectively use this item. And maybe I should be shooting you guys from the top so you can actually take that bleed damage. So I just have these as well. It's just some batteries thanks to the battery dropping friend. How good was this run? It's pretty good. It really came in at the later half. But pretty much everything you would ever want. Maybe not everything you'd ever want, but you know, the stats you need to beat a run. Oh, have I, has my, strat of just not even looking at the explosions worked out? This is just a funny, like, situation. It's funnier, too, because it's Backstabber, which is triggering on the boss. And Backstabber usually... It used to be awful because of how it, like, counted you shooting at the boss. I think I actually might get hit. Slip rib. So it's like the perfect combination of items to have, like, want to be able to make this strat, like, effective. Which I really like. Again, like, adapting to the items you get. Realizing I can just do this. I'm accounting for doing bleed damage, plus the extra crazy amount of damage Backstabber does. And I've never done it before like this. So it's pretty enjoyable. I'm just saying that the boss should, like, probably end. There you go. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Take my links in the description. I'll see you next one.